Good morning, guys. Welcome to your Monday guided reading lesson. The book that we are going to cover is The History of Halloween. So, let's start, okay? The focus question that you need to concentrate on for this week is how has the celebration of Halloween changed throughout the years? So by the end of the story, you should be able to answer that question. These are the words that we are going to go over. These are the words that these are the vocabulary words for the week. So words to know. Okay. So table of contents is right here. So this, and they include a picture that is related to the story. So this is part of text features. A fun and scary holiday. This is part of a text feature. This is the subtitle. So this is a subsection of the story. Okay. So here's a picture and a caption, and 3 girls show off their Halloween costumes in Cincinnati, Ohio in 1929. So here is what Halloween looked like in 1929. As you can tell, the costumes were homemade. Here's another picture, and you all can relate to this picture because this is what our Halloween looks like now. This is how we look for our Halloween. So the first word I want to look at is tradition. This picture relates to tradition. This is something that you do year after year. Okay, you get up, you get a costume, most of you go to a store or you create your own costume, and then you go trick-or-treating. That is a tradition you do every year. Celtic is the term used for the people who lived in Great Britain, Ireland, and northern France about 2,000 years ago. Okay, here's another subsection, another picture with a caption. Supernatural is the doorway between the world of living and the dead. Okay, so think of ghosts and spirits. Underworld is known as the crosswalk where the dead could come back to the real world. So in other words, guys, another way to understand this is think of the Walt Disney movie Coco. Okay, didn't the main character go into the underworld to see his grandparents and prove what really happened to his grandfather? Right? That's what this is, Underworld. Predictions. You all have made predictions. This is the predictions made at Samhain were an important part of planning for the new year. So this is what they would predict could happen the following year. Kind of like what we do for New Year's. Medieval, okay, is the Halloween traditions we know today are influenced by the Celtics, the Catholic Church, and legends from medieval Europe. So medieval, and let's look at our anchor chart because I wrote a more easier word. Medieval is of or relating to the Middle Ages time period in European history from AD 500 to 1500. Okay. So another page, and even though this is not one of our vocabulary words, I'm still going to highlight it because it's in italicized. So a practice was called mumming, and people often gave mummers food and drink. Okay, so we'll read more about that when we come to that part. Jack-o'-lanterns, so maybe this is the history of jack-o'-lanterns, how pumpkins began. Rome means to move or travel. Okay, another pumpkin. So some people still carve turnips for Halloween. So some people use turnips instead of pumpkins. Here is a picture with a caption, children bob for apples at a party in the United States in the early 1900s. We don't bob for apples anymore because it's not very sanitary. But back in the 1900s, children would bob for apples. So it was apples in a bowl of water, and you would put your face in and try to grab an apple with your head, or actually with your teeth. Okay, so let's keep going. The Puritans, and this is a type of people. So the Puritans are European settlers who left England and came to North America for a change. They wanted a difference. They wanted something different, okay? They wanted to make their own choices. The last book we went over, we talked about immigrants. So immigrants is people from another country who come to America. Pranks, you all know what pranks are. Pranks is when you play a joke on someone. Okay, candy became a popular treat in the 1950s. That's when people started passing out candy. As we keep going, we see this is more what we see now when we go trick-or-treating. Parents are passing out candy and parents are taking their children from the houses. Then we go back into a mix of old and new. So then we start talking about two girls dressed up for Halloween in the United States in 1898. So she has a pumpkin on her head. I'm not pretty sure if that's, I'm thinking that may smell, but okay. Then here's our glossary, okay? Now, what I want to do, let's see if it'll let me. Okay, let me open the door real quick, move my paper. Okay, so let's look at our KWL chart. The history of Halloween. So, what I know, so something that I personally know about Halloween, and yours could be different. So you are going to create a KWL chart. So what I know, tons of candy is given out, costumes are a must, and excitement and joy of children and parents on October 31st. What I want to learn is, how did Halloween originate? Okay, so where did the idea of trick-or-treating come from? And right here is what I want to learn, something that I'm going to learn that's new. Okay, so now let's look at our anchor chart for our vocabulary words. So, the history of Halloween, and I will take a picture of this and include it. These are the vocabulary words that I thought that you may want to reference back to. It's not all of them from the story, but I thought you would like to reference to these words that I thought you may have trouble with. It tells you the page and the part of speech it is. Okay? So, Celtic is an adjective. Enthusiasm is a noun. Medieval is adjective. Puritans is a noun. Rome is a verb. Underworld is a noun. Okay, guys. So, what I would like you to do basically your assignment for tonight to have it ready for Tuesday is I need you to read pages 4 through 6. Okay? Please read pages 4 through 6 for Tuesday's lesson. Thank you, guys. Happy Monday.